the first day of your best.
Good day and happy Wellness Wednesday. I'm hoping to release this video on Wednesday, and I pray that this message sets with someone who is meant to be. I pray that this video reaches those who need this information. If you're new here, I am Danny, Natural LID, social worker and aromatherapist, where I'm married to help our overall quality of life and well-being. I was prompted to make this video, maybe a week and a half ago. I was contacted by someone who was experiencing symptoms from their MS diagnosis, right? And they were having side effects with it. And by no means, full disclaimer, this information is not meant to prevent, cure, or diagnose any disease, right? But I'm sharing this in hopes that those of us who are looking to natural health modalities find this educational, empowering, and perhaps you know a loved one who could use this information and run with it. That's my ultimate hope. And so going back to the story, I recently had a person who I'm working with. I won't say their name, and you know who you are. And they were mentioning that they were having challenges with their MS diagnosis, triggers and what have you. And it got me to thinking about, wow, I know some information that could be a benefit to them, right? Fast forward a week later, my accountability buddy, you know who you are, my BCV, love you. She was talking about nutritional deficiency, and it brought back, you need to get back to doing the video you thought about doing for this type of information. Fast forward some more. This third week, someone in my Aroma sister circle was mentioning that they've come full circle back into their calling, which is Composed Warriors. And shout out to Lee April Burton and her Composed Warrior. I'll say a crusade, and she's an aroma specialist, and she works with individuals who experiencing family caregivers of those who are experiencing sickle cell, right? And she was talking about that as well. I'm like, full circle moment. I need to come back full circle as to why and how I got started in the very beginning. If you see any of my videos, you know that, and on my website, Aroma Buzz and Blossoms, I mentioned how I got to this space of talking about aromatherapy, right? And so I was first introduced to a Dr. Joel Wallach through a professor. I was taking classes, and because I was experiencing challenges myself health-wise. And I was actually experiencing vertigo, which is like an imbalance. And she introduced me to Dr. Wallach. Long story short, through him, I was introduced to a natural herbalist and aromatherapist. And here I am today as an aromatherapist sharing information with you here out on YouTube, right? And if you see my bio, I mentioned that I share about aromatherapy, right, for educational purposes and what have you. And I also sprinkle in information that I find useful. For today, I hope you find this information useful for yourself or someone you love. And I don't know who this is for, but here we go. So going back to Dr. Joel Wallach, he is a naturopathic doctor. If you don't know who he is, I encourage you to look him up. I will type his name across. Let me add this banner right quick. Let's see. Dr. Joel Wallach. I'm scrolling across the screen. Yes, Dr. Joel Wallach. He does have several websites out here. You'll find information about him and all the things that he does and all the research and what have you. I will leave links to information that I share about him from this video. I'm just typing it up online. Dr. Joel Wallach. Dr. Joel Wallach. You'll find something as soon as you type it in, as soon as I do on my Bing research. It says thewallachrevolution.com. I'm just going to click on that. There are other resources out there. Okay, and I'm going to share my screen. Let's see. Screen. Nope, just one. Okay. Let's see. Share screen. Dr. Joel Wallach. All right. As you can see here, let me see, make sure I'm sharing. Yep, that's the screen I'm sharing. So you see Dr. Joel Wallach on this. It gives information. I'm trying to scroll down. Let's see. Sharing this tab to StreamYard, view tab. Okay. I was trying to scroll down to the bottom. I just wanted you to, for what part you can see, he's a biomedical research pioneer who spent more than 40 years observing and researching the effects of individual nutrients on health. His innovative perspective is derived from his background in veterinary medicine. Okay. And it's so much more than this. And he has, as you can see, U.S. Senate Document 264. That information I'm going to touch on today as well. It says 99% of American people are deficient in minerals, and a marked deficiency in any one of the more important minerals actually results in disease. Can we say that again? 99% of American people are deficient in minerals, and a marked deficiency in any one of the more important minerals actually result in disease. And this was part of the United States government printing office, June 5th, 1936. So he referenced this in his nutritional deficiency chart, which I'm going to share with you, right? So I'm going to click out of this right now. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and go back to, I just wanted to show you that website. And in addition to the website, he has a number of references. One of the very first ones that I was referred to is this one. Yes. And I'll leave links to these references in the description. And it's not exactly what you think it is by the title. You know, it says you will learn how to prevent and reverse 412 diseases with vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, and herbs. You will also learn that only those who take personal responsibility for maintaining and enriching their physical bodies are going to live safe and healthy lives. Of course, all things being equal, right? And so this book really opened your eyes to a lot of information that you might not be privy to. And I'll say this and I'll leave it here. It's one of the things that I've heard many years ago. Oh, I love it. I even had him sign it. I forgot that I did that. You can see how long ago this was, right? Love it. Love it. It says to Danielle, Danny, all my heart, Dr. Joel Wallach. Oh, wow. But in this book is information that you might not otherwise find just blatantly put out here for the public to know or to might even be interested in. But I've heard an expression, and tell me if you heard the same. If you want to hide something from somebody, you put it in a what? I'm gonna leave that right there. So this is just one of his revolutionary books, and there are people out here who have heard of this. I encourage you to get this. I do believe at one time there might have been a PDF online or something of that nature, or audio or something. I have heard the audio. I have seen him in person. I have traveled to see him in person. He has been here in the Midwest. And when I tell you I have loaded up on his resources and references, it's an understatement. And of course, things, there are other people who've come forth and, maybe not necessarily in the mainstream for which he is or has been known for, but could be. I just simply don't know. But I'm going to share with you the things, references that he is known for and that I have actually read and touched upon myself. So the next book he is known for, which is, let's see, one of my favorites, Black Gene Lives, Slave Quarter Cures. And this one is by Dr. Joel Wallach and Dr. Ma Lan with Dr. Jennifer Daniels. This book, from my understanding, was also, got this one signed too. This book was a sort of a commission, so to speak. One of the pastors, from my understanding, and correct me if I'm wrong, for those who may see this video later, definitely put in the comments. Charge it to my head, not my heart. But from what I remember about the makings of this book was Pastor Creflo Dollar's daughter had a concern for which doctors were, so in so many words, was not looking at the best prognosis for her. I'll say it like that. It might not be the exact words that was used, but he went to Dr. Wallach. Somehow they connected. Dr. Wallach was able to assist, and hence this book was commissioned to be written. I have given copies of parts of this book to individuals, based on their concern. But basically what it's saying is that concerns of mainstream, and I've heard this recently too, concerns of mainstream, or the comparison of body types and diseases, can differ in different populations. So for example, one condition in one population might be called this, but in this population is called something else. They may be the same, but it's totally different. Okay. And just as such as research, for those of us who understand, I can't say that I profess that I know everything about research, but what I do understand is some of the research that is done out here is done on mainstream Anglo-Saxon bodies. I'll just put it that way. And it doesn't necessarily resonate with our bodies or any other type of ethnic background. It could be different. Okay. And that's nothing new. I'm not saying anything that I understand that is new. Okay. So moving on, that's another book. If you are of this background, or just want to know to bless somebody else, I encourage you to get this book. Okay. Another book I like is, you can see I didn't tab the thing. I'll get this one signed by, I wish I should. Let's Play Doctor. And this book, it sort of looks like a Monopoly board. And let me see, well, on the inside of it, like, what do I have tabbed here? I have the medical abbreviations and symbols tabbed. What else do I have tabbed in here? I have nutrient deficiency, toxicity flow chart. That's in here. What else do I have? He goes over, he has a list of, depending on what concern that you're looking for or looking into, that's listed in here. Just trying to think. There's so many things that I have read the entire book. Okay. There was something that was said recently. It was on Facebook, and it was mentioned that somebody had made a post. Not somebody, my BCV. You know who you are. My accountability buddy said that they hadn't read a book since whenever. I think college. It was college. And it was like, oh, okay. To each his own. No judgment here whatsoever. But I'm thinking to myself, I responded to that post saying, I can't imagine. It is but for our history and our ancestors that who were actually harmed, and in some cases fatally, for knowing how to read. So the fact that I can read, praise God, and have access to books and knowledge is a blessing to me. So again, to each his own. I can't imagine not having picked up a book since high school or since college. And that's just me. That's just me. So all these books you see I done picked up, I done read. Another book, Let's Play Herbal Doctor. Okay. Talks about different herbs and things of that nature. Right? I think in this one I was looking up, what was this? I have varicose veins and treatment for that. So if you have a concern with that, right? That's another book. So that's 4. Another book, which I didn't put my paper clip in this one. This was talking about magnesium deficiency diseases. Oh my goodness. It says, this one book is called Immorality, Essential 90 Nutrients. Okay. Again, another book by Dr. Joel Wallach. And I have a paper clip on this page. It says asthma. So magnesium deficiency diseases, asthma, anorexia, menstrual migraines, growth failure, ECG changes, neuromuscular problems, tetany, convulsions with muscle cramping, depression, muscular weakness, muscle ties, tremors, vertigo. What did I say I was having a challenge with when I first was introduced to him? Calcification of arterial media and malignant calcification of soft tissue. So he goes on to mention, I paperclipped that whole section about different concerns and what they're related to. Okay, there's another book. This one I found absolutely fascinating, and you may too. Rare Earth Forbidden Cures. And this one, oh my goodness, have a number of articles, references, and different things related to just what the title says. I can't even do the book justice talking about it, okay? On the back of it has a picture of obviously an older picture of him and his wife. I believe, yep, we are part of the earth and it is part of us, for all things are connected. That's a quote by Chief Seattle. Okay. Someone else wrote, in a true scientific sense, that we have been making bread from stones, as the biblical allegory intimates, but not by a momentary miraculous process. Okay. It is in true scientific sense that we have been making bread from stones, as the biblical allegory intimates, but not by a momentary miraculous process. Our heritage of soil fertility accumulated in ages past has telescoped the time lapse between bread from stones to bring these too close together. With the squandering of our soil fertility by continuous crop renewal and insufficient fertility return, the distance between bread and stones will not be bridged by the best of science. If our soil fertility decline is to go much further, we shall wish for some miraculous power by which we may quickly convert stones into bread. And this is by William A. Albrecht, Albrecht, pardon if I'm mispronouncing, College of Agriculture, University of Missouri, speaking of bread from stones. And I have heard this, you might have seen another crusader in mainstream media also talking about the soil and how, the soil is depleted of nutrients. So if the soil is depleted of nutrients and we plant our food in the soil, guess what? On a mass scale, right? And I can't think of the name. I see his face. I can't think of his name, but if you look up a person who's talking about soil revolution, just like it sounds, SOIL, and look for people who are talking about it, you will find him on social media. Oh, let's see. Soil Revolution. I want to get his name right. Soil Revolution. Who is talking about Soil Revolution? I say, who is talking about? I say, who is talking about soil revolution globally? Oh, let's see. I'm not finding his name right now, but you know, here we go. Here he is. Let's see. What is his name? Oh, Sadhguru. Yep, absolutely. Nope, I don't want to subscribe. I just want to share this with the people. Let's see. Share screen. Let's see. Nope. Sadhguru. Oh, uh-oh. Time to go. Threat detected. Windows infected with 5 viruses. Let me escape out of here. I will be right back. Shut down. It's still here. When you try to do something, I'm just wondering, you already know, right? Ooh, keep it moving. Another book, The Truth About Nutrition. Another book he provided. A short, simple book. So if you're not into long reading, I encourage you to get this book. I already talked about this one, immorality. Last but not least, one of my favorites, Passport to Aromatherapy. If you didn't see my last video, I'm talking about a book for which I learned from, which was Aroma Buds and Blossoms. not Aroma Buds and Blossoms. Praise God. It must have been meant for me to put it out there in the universe. Aroma Buds and Blossoms is my company that I created. My aromatherapy online course, a shameless plug. I have online courses. I do classes virtually and in person. Introductory to aromatherapy. I also have a Caring Together course for caregivers of older adults, how to create hand massage, and I do demonstrations in the community for that. And I also have a 5-series course, which is fashioned after my online course, where I go over 5 essential oils and creating applications for those. And so it must have been meant for me to talk about it because I don't do it very much. But my company is Aroma Buds and Blossoms. But getting back to this. So in the last video, I was talking about foundational aromatherapy. And Foundational Aromatherapy is the book for which I learned from. If you haven't seen my last video, where I'm talking about, I can't remember the exact topic, but that's all right. I got my book here, for which I tabbed up. What was the last one? We were talking about alertness, if I'm not mistaken. Alertness. My last video about alertness, I was sharing that I use that book exclusively, right? And this is another book that is excellent. So if you just want a real quick guide to boom, bam, boom, got a concern, this is essential oil to use, then this one is it. Passport to Aromatherapy. And this is by Dr. Wallach. So I'm saying that all to say this message is meant for somebody. If you're looking for naturopathic ways of healing yourself or more knowledge about what may be going on with you, then I encourage you to get any one of these books or get them all, right? He has a number of books. He got a number of DVDs. Oh my God. CDs, do we still listen to those now? But again, Passport to Aromatherapy, Immorality, The Truth About Nutrition, Let's Play Herbal Doctor, Let's Play Doctor, Rare Earth Forbidden Cures, Black Gene Lies. This is a book to pass down for generations. I kid you not. And last but not least, and the first foremost, is this one, Dead Doctors Don't Lie, by Dr. Joel Wallach and Dr. Malan. Oh, these are just, how many of these books? This is just 8 books, but I encourage you to look into it for yourself. And not without, I am going to put let me see about one last note. Hang in here with me, people. Hang in here with me. I appreciate you. Let's see. This one right here is worth its price in gold. I kid you not. Let's see. Price in gold. Let me see. Share my screen. Share screen. Let's see. I want to pull up this picture that I have. I want to share that. Say window. Here we go. Window. Dr. Wallach has categorized 80% of diseases into 4 categories. And again, remember what we were seeing earlier? 99% of American people are deficient in minerals, and a marked deficiency in any one or more important minerals actually results in a disease. And this was by the U.S. Senate document number 264. So you see here, they talk about category on the right: blood sugar imbalances, calcium deficiencies, digestive disorders, essential fatty fats, and cholesterol deficiencies. So here's the category, and here's the diseases that can result. Can you see that, people? Can you see it? If you would like a copy of it sent to you, hit me up at my email, naturalid@gmail.com, or aromabudsandblossoms@gmail.com. But you can get the information right here. Take a screenshot. Diseases on the left, category on the right. enough said. As you can see, there are a number of things for which contribute to the concerns that we have. Has anybody ever shared with you that it could be just a simple nutritional deficiency? I'm going to leave that right there. And because certain professions aren't trained or don't know or want to share that with you, but if you've heard it, be it on any sort of social media platform, then you already know. But today, this is for somebody I do not know who it's for. Again, if it's a blessing for you, wonderful. If it's a blessing for you to run with it and share with somebody else, absolutely fabulous. But I pray that it blesses somebody out there to look into it for yourself, right? Look into it for yourself. It might be even more new information. How about that you can look into? But I hope that this chart helps you at the very least basic. If you don't read any of his books, if you don't look them up online, this information, I pray, helps you in some form, shape, or fashion, coupled with any other sort of information that you might find anew today. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing my screen. Many blessings to you and your world. This is the month of November, Thanksgiving month, for those who celebrate. But I'm just thankful to have the opportunity to have a voice, to be on a platform, to share what I know. I always say social workers sharing wisdom. So hopefully this brought you some wisdom, imparted knowledge on you that could change you, change the course of your family, change however. That is my hope for you today. And for whatever reason, I'm going to put this in: tips for natural healing, body wisdom, nutrition, essential oils, and simple food guides. Oh, one more thought. Thank you for that. That was supposed to remind me. I was supposed to have that scrolling across the screen. One more tip, just one more. And hopefully this is a blessing for somebody as well. Share this screen. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see. Yep, share my window. Here we go. You see that? He has a good foods, bad food list. And I can't remember exactly how old this list is. You see on the good foods, he talked about on the left, bad foods on the right, and why avoiding gluten is critical. It's inflammatory. It interferes with absorption. It causes intestinal sludge and blockage associated with autoimmune disease. Significantly raises blood sugar, affects endocrine and hormonal systems. And it's more to it. It's just what I have right here. But be it how relevant this information is today, take from what you need from any and all of this information. If this helps you, I can say personally, it has helped me. I have given up wheat. I have given up gluten, and baby, can I tell you, it has been an absolute blessing. I can't tell you, from my digestive to from not having breakouts from eczema, from that, right? I have breakouts from other stuff, right? And then I have to figure out, okay, what's going on? What is my body doing? But not from eating foods like gluten, for example. And from this, and I have another resource that I've talked about before too, eating right for your blood type, has also helped me. It's a number of things that's helped me, because I've shared many times for over 20 plus years. I've been a vegetarian by choice, and it just has been a God. I know that godsend for me. I know that lifestyle, or this lifestyle, isn't for everybody. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I took a conscious effort to take control of my health to the best of my ability, because of the things that I was experiencing with eczema, asthma, and it's just, conventional stuff. Put on a cream and take this inhaler. It has its place. I still have an asthma inhaler for emergencies if I need to. But I don't want to make that my lifestyle if I can help it. If I can help it. I'm going to try and then work on some things that I can do for myself, either looking up or trying new things or seeing what the latest research is about certain natural modalities. So if you're looking for that natural modality, I would start with Dr. Wallach. I know there are many others out here who have put, out information that have been a benefit and is still working to this day. But this is the one that came to me, right? And for whatever reason, it's meant for me to share. So I'll leave it at that. And God bless you. I love you as always. Let us continue to learn, grow, and share together naturally. So until next time, beloved, bye-bye for now.
It's the first day of your